at 9. 9 at 9, 9, 9 at 9, 9 at 9. There are lots of crazy stories in the 9 at 9.
That was lovely. Number 9, there's a woman out there named Holly Whitaker who is helping other women to stop drinking. It all sprung out of the trend of the past decade or so of women drinking more wine at home, or with other women in their neighborhood, or on a morning daytime talk show. You know, that whole "it's wine o'clock" thing. In 2012, Whitaker herself was determined to deal with her own problem drinking. The existing systems did not work for her, so she founded a digital platform that's now called Tempest. The idea is to help the 90% of alcohol misusers, men and women, who are not necessarily alcoholics. On Tempest, you pay about $40 a month, you set your own goals, and then learn a system of sobriety.
$40.
Yeah. All right, number 8, the largest lake in the world might not even be a lake. The Caspian Sea is the largest inland body of water, so it's described as the world's largest salt lake and a full-fledged sea. It's located at the border of Europe and Asia. If you're a numbers person, it's 149,000 square miles, which makes it larger than all of Japan. See, we always have a nugget of just facts.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. All right, number 7, why do men have nipples? Here's some more good facts for you, Robin. It's a good question, right? And it came up because we noticed it was the title of the chapter in a book by a guest we had on earlier this week, David Epstein. So here's the answer. Men have nipples because nipples develop in the mother's womb before embryos become distinctly male or female. It's about 8 weeks, which is about the time that the Y chromosome kicks in to distinguish that a person is a male or a female. And men already have our nipples, and it is a fun word just to kind of say.
Yeah, I
nipples.
do like saying it too.
Yeah, nipples.
The nipple! Hey!
Number 6, ever wonder why brides stand on the left and grooms stand on the right during the marriage ceremony? Well, it goes back to the Middle Ages, when potential suitors were known to capture a woman and whisk her away from her family home. The groom often had to fight off her family with a sword. Since most people are right-handed, he held onto the bride with his left hand so he could fight. This is also where we get the term best man. He was backup for the groom and was considered the best man at handling a sword. Do you buy that? I'm not sure about that.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I don't buy it either, to be honest with you, Larry.
Why is that so unusual?
It just seems like something like this 25-year-old guy made up who's thinking about how I do that. I don't know that there's ever been a book written or some kind of old archaeological
You think it's somebody
evidence.
who's looking to bring swords back to weddings, and they're like, maybe if I make up the
Kid.
story, I'll be able to bring that sword of mine.
Probably a Dungeons and Dragon kind of guy. That kind of thing.
Yeah. All right, number 5, an idiom is a group of words that has an established and accepted meaning that's more metaphorical than literal. For instance, under the weather. But where did this idiom come from? Well, it's a nautical term from the olden times. Any sailor who was feeling ill would be sent below deck to protect him from the elements above. When he's down there, he's literally under the weather.
Now that makes sense.
You buy that one? Or
Sure,
not?
yeah.
Buy that one. Sure, why not?
All right, number 4, here's a spring break road trip idea. Pack the kids up and drive cross-country to the Bigfoot Discovery Museum. It's in the Santa Cruz Mountains in Central California. Opened in 2004 as a way to educate and entertain the public of the probability that Bigfoot could be out there somewhere. Visitors can see Bigfoot artifacts, including footprints, in quotation marks, and a local sighting map, and watch videos of alleged Bigfoot sightings. There's even a 9-foot-tall Bigfoot diorama.
Wow.
By the way, this is just one of about a dozen Bigfoot-themed museums in the country, so...
He's made a good run for himself for being as mysterious as he is.
True enough.
I think we could all learn a lesson or two from him. All right, number 3. Hey, have you ever been to a beefsteak club, Robin?
No.
That's not what it sounds like. You're thinking about a beefcake club, but this is
I
a
wasn't, but okay.
beefsteak club. They were places for men only, and the men would gather to eat giant hunks of meat and potatoes and talk manly stuff like politics. This was back in the 18th and 19th century, and over time, They figured it out, and ultimately beef steak clubs turned into steak houses where everyone was invited to eat big hunking pieces of meat and talk about whatever they wanted to talk about. The old beef steak clubs.
Wow.
All right, number 2, before they were SNL stars, Pete Davidson and Colin Jost got their comedy starts by leaving their home borough of Staten Island, New York, and taking the ferry across New York Harbor to Manhattan to work the clubs. So when they saw that an old Staten Island ferry ship was up for auction, they got a little sentimental and they jumped on it. Along with another investor, they paid $280 grand for the ship, which is about 50 years old, and it's huge. It can hold more than 5,000 people.
Wow.
They say that they plan to make it into an event space in a floating comedy club.
Oh.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, number 1, here's a crazy story that's in the current issue of Rolling Stone. It says he used plastic surgery to raise rock stars from the dead. More than 40 years ago, a promoter named Danny O'Day came up with a tour of 4 dead stars: Elvis, Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, and Jim Croce. And he even hired a plastic surgeon to alter the singers. Here they are on Tomorrow with Tom Snyder in 1979.
First of all, as Jim Morrison of The Doors, here is Mr. Duke O'Connell. Now, can I call you Duke or should I call you Jim?
Call me Duke, please.
Call me Duke. You can call me Ray. Yeah. Okay. Here is Mona Moore, who portrays the late Janis Joplin. Here is Mark Hazelbrook, who portrays the late Jim Croce. And finally, here is, well, I got the wrong card here, Jesse. Also the wrong card.
Oh, we're going to have a wonderful time.
Jesse Bolt, who portrays the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. How much reconstructive surgery had to be done to you to make you appear as you now appear?
Well, each of us had different levels, different degrees of surgery, you know. Some of us were already closer to the appearance than others, you know. We had to already resemble the characters and then be willing to undergo cosmetic or plastic surgery to resemble them even more.
But did he say up front to you that you got to have something done with your face?
Well, yes and no. He kind of went, a little bit of plastic surgery. You know, and I trusted this guy because I didn't know any of these people. So I said, sure, that sounds good, you know, and we thought it was going to be for like a 17-day thing in Atlanta.
You don't get a lot of people walking into a surgeon's office and saying, give me the Jim Croce.
You know, and there it was.
Wow.
Jim Morrison.
I mean, it doesn't look that much like Jim
No, it
Morrison.
doesn't really sound much like him either.
Yeah.
And how about her?
Like Duke was saying before,
She
they
kind
have
of
to put
looks
me in
like
there.
her,
Yeah,
yeah.
she kind of looks like
But
her.
I mean,
Yeah.
was it worth?
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder if they regret that now. I wonder if they're still,
Chicken?
yeah.
I'm going to guess 3
I
of the
smell a
4.
backstory, Larry.
Too, yeah.
That's a 9 at 9.
Cold day